Hi Virgo, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for January 6th through 12th, 2020. This week we have the Cancer full moon lunar eclipse on the 10th of January. So Virgo, this week everybody might be a little sensitive, a little emotional because of the, full moon energy as well as the eclipse. The eclipse bringing forth soul truths, also the full moon bringing forth some kind of manifestation. And for many of you, Virgo, this is attached to, what was going on in your life last July. So think about what was going on, what was changing, what were you thinking about, what were you trying to sow for yourself for future manifestations, because that's what's coming through in this Cancer full moon on the 10th. Now, this is a general reading, so for some of you it's attached to a different new moon. But for, most of you, I feel it's connected to that Cancer new moon solar eclipse we had in July last year. I have done a video for all the 2020 eclipses this year because we have 6, and it's been a few years since we've had that many. So I put the link below. I highly recommend you watch that video as well, Virgo. Okay, let's see what your overall energy is for the week. Ooh, you guys have the Centaur, so this is a week of healing for you. And Mars, it just moved into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is, represented by the Centaur, and ninth house energy, and Sagittarius being Chiron, the wounded healer, and ninth house energy being higher learning, higher spirituality. Virgo, this is another week of spirituality for you, but also deep, deep, deep healing going on for you guys. And I think Chiron is back in Aries. I know there was a retrograde. I'm not too sure, so I can't speak too much on where Chiron is right now. But, look it up and see where Chiron was in your chart at the time of your birth, because high probability that's where you have a healing coming in. Or, this is around family, home, and roots. Karma could have been resolved. You could have been working on a lot of karma through 2019. So let's pull some more cards, Virgo. So good and evil. In your longing for your giant self lies your goodness. Ooh, Virgo. Yeah, it's time for you to receive that healing all the way to the depth of you. Everything that you've been going through, everything that you've been working on, a lot of soul evolution has been taking place for you guys. And now with this Cancer full moon, lunar eclipse, with that is some light rays and some light codes for Virgo energy for healing, Virgo. And it's more than just like not being sad about something anymore. This is almost as though, like, you picture it this way, like you've had this huge thorn in your side and it's been there for so long that you're so used to the pain of it that you can't really distinguish that pain from normalcy anymore. And now this healing is coming in, and that thorn is being pulled out, and in that process, as that release and that relief comes in, you're going to realize how much that wound has been hurting you and damaging you. And now this beautiful healing coming in this week, Virgo, somehow, some way. And it's like I just see this thorn being pulled out of your side and the relief, and then you realize, like, damn, I didn't realize that hurt me so much until now, So very soulful and lots of healing. Let's pull some tarot. Rider of Stones, hardworking, sensible. The Magician, force of will, manifests. Yeah, something's manifesting with this full moon for Virgos. And now we have Temperance, and Temperance is the card that represents Sagittarius in the tarot. And you have the Centaur coming in, Virgo. So Sagittarian energy, ninth house energy, very strong for you guys. The deep healing, the spirituality, that higher learning coming in. The Nine of Trees, and this says endurance and resilience. And last, Judgment, transformation, renewal, right there. Virgo, this is a powerful week for you guys. I feel the Sagittarius energy is very strong in your world. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and so this is Jupiter blessing you through some sort of manifestation of this Cancer full moon, but also through this lunar eclipse. It's like this light code being projected to Virgos, all right, like specifically coded for you guys for this deep, deep healing in your soul. And again, what you need to heal from is different from for every one of you, but you're moving on into more stable, steady energy as you know the days and weeks progress into 2020. Rider of Stones, that's steady moving energy that you can trust. It's slower moving, but you can trust it. It's solid, and there's some magic to this energy. So Virgo, even though like the wheel is starting to turn, it's a slower process. And don't lose heart, because there's a lot of magic to be found along the way of the healing, and there's a balancing taking place inside of you this week. And then the Nine of Trees, that's speaking about how long you've been on this journey, and now it's time for that to end. The cycle that's attached to this pain, to this wound, it's time for that to end and for the healing to come in. And then as you move through 2020, there's some magic, there's more balancing, there's resources, there's abundance coming into your experience, into your reality. So Virgo, 2020 looks like a good year for you guys, just the way this reading, the first official full week of January, because last week's reading was half of December and then half of January. So this is like the first all January energy for your reading for 2020. And what I see is a beautiful picture of like what's starting right now with this Cancer full moon, the manifestation, the completion, fulfillment, and then like you are starting this new journey throughout 2020, and things are going to change slowly. Magic comes in spurts, and you're in a much better place mentally and emotionally. And you have one minor arcana card here, because this would be the Knight of Pentacles in a standard tarot deck. So you have one minor arcana, and that's energy that's kind of dissipating, and it's the Nine of Trees. It's this journey that you've been on, this soul journey that you have been on, whether you realize it or not. That's starting to move from your experience. And then you have these three major arcanas coming in, two heavy hitters right here with Temperance and Judgment. And this is like the permanence, the energy that's starting to move with you to carry you forward through 2020. The Magician, the new beginning, but this is a much more magical experience than what you have been going through, because you were working on some heavy life lessons, soul lessons, as well as clearing karma with Judgment. And now you are done with that, Virgo, and it's time for the healing to begin. It's time for the abundance to start coming in. And abundance is different for all of us. Some of you may need an abundance of emotion and affection. Some of you need an abundance of money. It's just different for everybody, but that's going to start happening for you in 2020, Virgo, because you guys have cleared a lot of karma, and the balance and restoration begins now with this Cancer full moon. Okay, let's pull some advice for you guys. Opal, joy. My soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. Yes, that's what you are headed into, Virgo. is lots of joy. And it starts now this week with this full moon and really plays out all through 2020. We have 6 eclipses this year. I highly recommend you watch that video I did about all of them, just so you can see when they're happening and what to expect, and plan around them. And use them to your advantage. New moons are all about sowing seeds for intention. Full moons are the manifestation. The waxing crescent and waxing gibbous is your period of putting in the energy, the effort, the work, for the manifestation. So learn about the moon cycle as well, and that will help you navigate the energies even much more better, I should say. Anyways, Virgo, those are your messages for this week. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.